if I would recover, not knowing if I could be able to be in a relationship that was healthy, and knowing what a healthy relationship looks like. Hi everyone. You guys may or may not know who I am. I have a channel here on YouTube. My name is Dani Leopard Life. I just want to shout out this movement. I think it's awesome. I think it's, the perfect thing as far as social media. With all this technology, sometimes we kind of isolate ourselves, but I feel like, there are some technologies that actually can help someone, and I believe that this particular channel is here to do that. I wanted to come on here because I actually do have a story that I've only shared with maybe a couple of my close friends and of course my soon-to-be husband. I was 18, I was, excited to go off to college. I had met this guy and we both had mutual friends, and, we had been, dating for a little while, and he was just the perfect guy. He did all the right things, he said all the right things, and we had a lot in common, and we were just inseparable, We would talk for hours about everything and anything. He just seemed like the perfect guy to me. As we became official boyfriend and girlfriend, he completely changed. He was not the guy I met. He was very controlling. He would, follow me if, he felt that, he thought that I was lying to him. He didn't trust me around other guys, and I didn't give him a reason to not trust me. He was very insecure about, who I would be hanging out with, who my friends were, even though before he met me, I had already had these friends. And he just showed me a side of him that I had never seen before. And this was all after I gave myself to him. And I thought it was me. I thought I had done something. I thought it was my fault. And so I tried everything that I could to get him to want to be with me. Well, that summer, I wanted him to come and meet my family. I thought it was, very imperative that he meet my family if we were going to take our relationship, if it was getting serious as what I thought it was going to be. And he basically disrespected my family, came to my home. He basically didn't want to be around my family. He kept me to himself. He made up excuses of why he was the way he was. And it just didn't make sense to me. And I was still not able to see that this guy was leading me on and just doing what he wanted with me. And because I was so green and naive to the fact that how could he do this to me, I couldn't see it. My friends could see it, my mom and dad could see it. They all tried to warn me about this guy, but I still didn't see it. It wasn't until my sophomore year in college that I finally woke up. This was a night that my roommates and we had decided to have a little party in our dorm. And apparently he had been trying to get in contact with me, and I had my phone off, or my phone wasn't near me or something like that. And he just, he was getting very upset about it. So he decides to come to where I lived, and instead of knocking on the door like a normal human being, he decides to just stand outside of the door and listen to our conversation as we're partying and, enjoying each other's company. It was getting a little warm in our dorm, and so I decided to come out into the hallway to, get some air. And that's when I seen him. And at this point, I could see the rage in his eyes. He was furious. And he said, "How could you have a party and not invite me?" Now, mind you, the party wasn't for couples. The party was just for us girls. And I tried to explain that to him, but he didn't want to hear that. So he he grabbed my arm really, really tight. And I remember telling him, get off of me. And he just kept holding me so tightly. Then he grabbed me up and started pushing me towards, we had this stairwell. And when we got into the stairwell, that's when he just went completely off on me. And he was just acting really crazy and out of control and just saying that, I'm this, I'm that, calling me every name in the book. And, I was crying and I was just so confused and upset, and I didn't know what he was talking about because, he had never had any problems with me before then, so I was really like shocked at his behavior. And at this point, I just said to him, I don't know, what your problem is, you need to chill. And he did not like that. So he ended up pushing me down the stairwell, about 5 steps down. And I was really, really badly hurt. And he did not even try to console me. He didn't even say he was sorry. He just walked off, and that was that. After that happened, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know who to tell. I didn't know how to explain to anyone what this guy was doing to me. And he was just causing me to become this person that I didn't even know. I remember crying a lot, in that relationship, and just being super depressed and not having anybody that I could really share with, because everybody would have thought that I was just crazy for staying with him, because I wanted to see the good in him. I wanted to believe that maybe something in his life happened to him, and that's why he was treating me this way. I wanted to believe that he was good, but each and every time it showed me otherwise. So, long story short, I broke up with him. He had manipulated me. He had got me to the point where I had so much low self-esteem that I couldn't even look my own self in the mirror. He just made me feel like I was nothing. And when you get to that point, there's no telling what you could do. I tried to kill myself at least 2 times, during my college years. I say all this to say, go with your gut. Follow your gut. If something's telling you that it's not right, then it's not right. A lot of times we stay with people because it's convenient. We stay with people because it's comfortable. We stay with people because we're afraid. But I want to tell you that you don't deserve that. If someone is doing bodily harm to you and mental harm to you, you need to let someone know. Because at the end of the day, you are the one that has to deal with your emotions. Not him, not your friends, just you. And when you look in the mirror, do you like what you see? Do you like what you're becoming? That's what you have to ask yourself. I just want you all to know that you are not alone. You do have the power. I wish that they had had a movement like this when I was in college. I wouldn't have had to internally deal with a lot of bullshit that I had to deal with. Not knowing if I would recover. Not knowing if I could be able to be in a relationship that was healthy. And knowing what a healthy relationship looks like. I am 100 times better. I found someone that loves me for me. And of course, I, told him about the situation and other situations that have happened to me in the past, because, sometimes when you go through a situation and you don't learn from it, you continue to make the same mistakes, and that was what was happening to me. I found the man of my dreams. I love him. He loves me. It's unconditional, and I couldn't ask for anything more. I owe it all to God. I want to thank Brandon for this movement because I think it's very important that we give back and we share our stories with one another because we're all here to grow. We're all here to learn. You know, that's what life is about. So I hope you guys enjoyed me sharing this story with you, and I hope that it has helped someone.